A more premium version of Mi Watch? I know, sounds crazy, but let me show you why I think so. Superb battery life, the amazingly looking AMOLED screen with always-on option and covered by Sapphire featured in this masterpiece by 70mi. Let's inspect. Hey everybody, how are you doing? My name is Michael, it's a Tech for All channel, and reviewing a lot of tech these days can sometimes be very inspiring and interesting and give you a lot of experience. I'll tell you why I'm saying so. Here are 3 different smartwatches, but what is common between them, and you can see here the first contender, you may notice that they have the same menus. So this here is the Mi Watch Lite, which is one of the most attractive budget-friendly solutions for a smartwatch with GPS that you can buy, and I believe it's going to be one of the most successful smartwatches this year. It doesn't have animations, but you can see the menus. Now, here's the Mi Watch, and you can take a look at the menus of the Mi Watch as well. So kind of similar, we already have animations. And this here, it's heavier, it feels heavier, and it feels nicer when you touch it. This here is the 70mi Sapphire. And it honestly feels like a much more premium version of the Mi Watch. And I'm saying that because if you read who is manufacturing Mi Watch, well, that's 70mi. So yes, these smartwatches would have a lot in common, but obviously for this one, the build quality is what truly matters, and I've put it through my serious framework of testing with 24/7 sleep tracking, HR tracking, sports, always on display. I'm a fan of always on display, so that's an example of the always on screen, very well visible even outdoors on a sunny bright day. And I think I already have enough information to share with you about how it performs in the long run and what it does. Pretty sure that many people would say that it's somewhat resembling the Apple Watch design, but I sort of disagree, because if you look at the shapes, yes, they are kind of similar, but the menus, the design of the screen, the watch faces, with some exceptions, and even the menus on the side and the overall user experience that you're going to get is, I would say, a lot different. So maybe the closest competitor would be the Amazfit GTS 2, but it's a lot more expensive than the $125 that 70mi are asking for this premiumly built and I would say pretty decent smartwatch. Okay, let's get to know more about the hardware. Arriving in this nice looking box, the 70mi Sapphire not only has a good price, but also great presentation. Most of the interesting specs are highlighted on the bottom side of the box. Let's take everything out. You know, having tested almost each and every one of 70mi's dash cams, there's no way not to mention that it almost felt like unboxing a dash cam. That's how similarly the space inside the box is being utilized. So, the watch, the charger, and a user guide. Standard for this kind of devices. There's a protective film on the display, remove it, and you will be excited by the feeling that this material is giving to you. One word: satisfying. I've had a lot of smartwatches going through my hands in the past months. That one is among the few that gave me this wow effect. 2 physical buttons on the sides together with the microphone, the sensors on the back, metal construction and sapphire coverage on the display as a starter. The rest of the specs: homegrown chipset which seems to deliver good performance, advanced heart rate monitor, aluminium frame, the mentioned sapphire coverage of the beautiful 1.78-inch AMOLED screen, Bluetooth 5.0, GPS inbuilt, barometer, a microphone, which is the main reason why Amazon Alexa Assistant is built in, and all of that is packed within only 32.2 grams. I'm eager to share with you what extra you can find with some of the competitors, and the 70mi model is lacking. There is no speaker, no SpO2 tracking, quite a miss in my opinion. The strap is replaceable, however kind of specific design, so there would be limited options. So I believe it offers the essentials. Thanks to the availability of Alexa as a smart assistant, it clearly goes even beyond that. But how far exactly? We're going to need to explore the software before being absolutely sure, shall we? So we're going to start with the menu walkthrough. If you've seen the video about Mi Watch, it's going to feel like a déjà vu. If you haven't yet, I'm gonna place a link somewhere in the description below this video. So, the two buttons on the side. Top one is the Home and App Drawer button. The bottom one can be programmed and the default opens the workouts. Long press the Home button to activate Alexa. The navigation happens through swiping actions left and right for scrolling through the main card. By default, the daily activity summary, stress, weather, energy, sleep and heart rate. I need to highlight the really nice device of each of these sections, with the weather being my favorite. Looks like 70 might have achieved maximum effect of the usage of AMOLED and the design is fantastic. Very premium looking and feeling. And now the apps, which are easily accessible from the drawer. Plenty of them, however, remember that there's no way to add extra. This is not Wear OS or Tizen OS. And while there are a lot of good functions, this is more like a feature watch than a true smartwatch. So you can get a lot of data and info from each one of these tiles, and they all represent different apps. I'll pay extra attention to the sleep tracking, very detailed and with nice analysis. Also, HR tracking seems to be quite accurate, and also with a beautifully crafted graph. There are the usual boring but important timers, stopwatch and so on. Barometer, quite a nice add-on. And of course the settings, which are still not too many. There are even some basic controls missing. My hope is that in time, 70mi is going to add a lot more features with firmware updates. I noticed a similar drawback with the Mi Watch, so if you're curious about the Alexa integration, here's an example what it may do. Note that in order to activate Alexa, you have to set the region to the United States. Not sure if other countries will be added to the support list. Hey Alexa, what's the weather like today? Fair to mention that I've had some issues with it, the way it works with the OnePlus smartphone. No troubles at all with MIUI-based smartphones. An option a lot of you would appreciate is the always-on display. There even are a few different designs to be chosen, with pretty good visibility outdoors. Speaking of watch face design, the standard integrated watch faces look cool, but you may prefer to take a look at the smartphone app and choose the one that you like the most. At the moment of making this video in early February 2021, there are exactly 31, with the last one being suspiciously known from other places. The app, since we've just opened it, let's take a look at its design. It's called 70mi Health and looks very much like Xiaomi Wear. Gives you a good amount of controls, visibility over the data that the watch has collected. Awesome visual graphics of your sleep cycles. Actually, that's my sleep cycle, but you get the point. I was very happy with the info provided, and of course tested the watch with my regular sports habits. There's GPS inbuilt, in fact supports GLONASS and Galileo besides GPS, so it can be very accurate. There's a bug that I reported because it didn't do the job well during my football session, counted only 300 meters out of 5,000 steps, but it looks like 70mi are on their way to add dedicated soccer mode, which will be more reliable, because in this way I used outdoor running, which of course is counting different things. HR and pace info are good enough and the results look similar to what my body usually experiences, so I assume most of that data is fine. GPS is also confirmed to be accurate, thanks to the walks and the bike rides I've done. I'd say as good as the Mi Watch and more accurate than Amazfit GTR and GTR 2. You can count on currently 17 different workouts. Looks like a few more may be rolled out in the future through software updates. Let's hope to see them soon. Concerning sports, there's the same huge drawback as with Mi Watch. No Strava integration at this point, but after speaking with 70mi support, they gave me hope to bring it in, which gives me hope for the Mi Watch series as well. Since we're already on the page with shortcomings, let's add to the list the lack of SpO2 measuring and the lack of a speaker, no usable storage for music, therefore no option for connecting Bluetooth devices like earbuds, and I guess that sums it up. I think the 70mi Sapphire is a brilliantly designed smartwatch, giving you the feeling of wearing premium build device and offering a wide variety of options and customizations. However, there still are plenty of things that 70mi need to address on software level, and I'm confident that they will improve the feature set a lot. One thing is for sure, at this price, I can't think of something with better build quality, and I'm just in love with the shapes and the display. Performance-wise, scrolling is superb, a lot better animations than on Huawei Watch GT series. Battery life is quite good too, with always on display and all sorts of tracking being enabled. It managed to give me about 6 days, which is definitely a great result and means that without always on screen it will easily last for more than 10 days, probably nearing 20. I guess we already have the build quality champion of the year. So let's hope the software part will soon be on that level as well, because this will turn the 70mm Sapphire in an even better smartwatch. So that's everything that I think of it. It would be interesting to sync our opinions in the comments below the video, where you're free to talk about anything related to this or other cool piece of tech. As usual, I'm gonna be there too, responding to your questions when possible. It's been an honor and pleasure to share with you everything I've discovered about the 70mm Sapphire. And I sincerely hope it was well spent time. If that's the case, please reward the channel with a like and a new subscriber, share the video with your friends and show them how good smartwatches have become in 2021. I also managed to get you a modest discount, so check the links in the video description if it's still available. And from my end, wishes for a fantastic day, stay safe, take good care of your body and soul, and I, Michael, gonna see you in the next episode. Bye!